Hey, I shouldn't be telling you this, but if you skip this part of the video, you will miss out on the deal of a lifetime. If you click the link in the description, you will see that Atlas VPN are giving out an offer to get a 3-year subscription for just $1.83 per month. That's less than Netflix's latest price increase. Plus, it comes with 3 months for free and a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's the best VPN on the market, and you can use it to watch shows that are not available on streaming services in your country. So you can watch Friends on UK Netflix, no matter where you are in the world, as long as you have a subscription to Netflix. You can even use it on unlimited devices, so everyone in your house can watch Friends on UK Netflix at once. And they keep your searches private, so that we'll all finally stop spying on you. But remember, time is of the essence if you want to get this offer. Just $1.83 per month to get a 3-year subscription by clicking the link in the description below.
My family went to my ex-husband's wedding to the woman he cheated on me with. Yesterday's unfinished post. Wow. So for starters, I did not mean to submit that post unfinished yesterday. I don't even know if I was going to post it at all. I definitely had needed to vent. I am in a much better headspace than I was last night, that's for sure lol. I had meant to hit the Save Draft button instead of Post. They're right next to each other. And clearly there was still a lot of information missing from my post. But by the time I signed back on it had already hit its comment limit, so I'm going to clarify some things I saw in the comments here. There must be something wrong with you if you don't have more custody. The courts always favor the mother. My ex-husband and I have split 50-50 legal and custodial custody of our sons. This was always the plan from the get-go. This is the legal court order. The reason my sons end up spending more time over my ex-husband's house is because he works from home most of the time, and I have an hour-and-a-half commute to and from work. During the work week, our sons are happier to be at their father's house, the house they grew up in, because it's central to their friends, and since it's a small neighborhood they can walk to their friend's house instead of needing to rely on an adult for a ride, as they do when they stay at my house. In general, since the co-parenting relationship between my ex is good, we let the boys make the call on whose house they want to go to after school, and their decision normally depends on who's home to drive them places, which friends are home, etc. Our sons are very happy, and both my ex-husband and I, as well as my son's new stepmother, are all wonderful parents. You must have done something wrong if you didn't get the house in the divorce. My husband bought me out of my half of the house. We didn't want to force our sons to move, and our house needs a lot of updates. My ex-husband is handy, so he can do all of these improvements on his own. I would need to hire someone. It made the most sense for him to keep the house, and for me to use the money from my half to put towards on a house for myself. The only common denominator here is you. There must be something wrong with you. A lot of comments just seem set that there must be an issue with me if my family wanted to go to my ex's wedding. In truth, I think my family's loyalty to my ex is because of a few things, and the main one was the part of the post that I didn't get to add in. When I first found out about the affair, my mother told me that she sympathized but thought it was my duty to forgive him. After I found out about everything, my ex wanted to reconcile and I said no. Cheating isn't something I could ever forgive, and that was something I had made clear from the beginning, that I would be willing to work through a lot but not infidelity. My family was furious that I didn't take him back. I think they still hold on a lot of resentment over that. Moving on, the reason why I didn't finish the post yesterday was because I had gotten a call from my ex-husband, frantic. One of our sons had broke his arm tripping down some stairs outside. Everyone had been drinking, so they needed me to come and take care of everything. So, yeah, I ended up going to my ex-husband's wedding, dressed in my workout clothes, wearing no makeup. Our son is fine. He is a wild child, and nurses know him by name. Thanks for all of the support. I definitely feel the love. It was insane today to log in and see all of those notifications. If I didn't make anything clear enough, please let me know. To say I'm tired is an understatement. So I stand by what I said yesterday. You have a shitty family. You sound like you have a good head on your shoulders and have high morals and values to not take your cheater ex back. Your family still is vile, though not respecting your decision or boundaries about his affair and still going to the wedding is like supporting what he did. Anyway, I'm glad your son will be okay. Everyone had been drinking, so they needed me to come and take care of everything. So, yeah, I ended up going to my ex-husband's wedding. So, of your whole family, you were the only one who went to your ex's wedding because of your kids. Oh, the irony. You truly are the only sensible one. At least your kids have a great mother. I'm sorry to say, but your family is not a good one. If these were your friends, would you keep the friendship? Find people who actually care about you and surround yourself with them. Show your kids what good relationships with good people look like. My boyfriend has fantastical ideals that aren't realistic and gets upset when I'm not supportive. My boyfriend is autistic and is recently out of a very good paying job. Although it was no fault of his own, the company shut down. When trying to figure out what the next step is for him, he has been hyper-fixating on some really outlandish stuff. For instance, he got fixated on truffles and truffle hunting and even tried to convince me we should get a truffle hunting dog. Even though he has previously never shown any interest in owning a dog, and I feel he doesn't understand the responsibility it would be. This carried on for weeks until I finally snapped and told him he wasn't responsible enough to take care of a dog and he didn't have the botanical knowledge to do the job itself. He got really upset, and since then our relationship has been strained. Next, he started designing a card game with his friend. This I've been pretty supportive of because he has previous experience in the game industry. However, then all of the sudden he mentioned trying to make a platformer video game, no previous coding, computer programming experience, and got upset when I said it is really difficult to just one day pick something like that up without taking some serious time to dedicate to it first. He's just been all over the place, and I'm in the medical field with a good, reliable job, and I don't know how I'm supposed to be supportive of crazy impulsive ideas with no planning, but my lack of support is really upsetting him. Any advice on how to make him feel supported while also not allowing him to drive himself off a cliff? I'm not sure, but I would just ask leading questions that can get him to come up with the proper reasoning himself. Like, wow, that sounds interesting. What would you need to do? Learn, to make that work? Do you know anyone who can help you? How long would it take to learn, blank? Phrase all your concerns as questions that allow him to figure out the reasonableness on his own. Are you supporting him financially? If so, you have every right to be unsupportive of pipe dreams for a guy who apparently isn't even responsible enough to take care of a dog. Be upfront, needs to start paying his portion of the bills in X amount of time. He needs a reliable job. Adults with bills to pay don't just get to dream and do whatever they want. He needs a real job first, then he can work on these things as hobbies until he becomes good enough at them to make them his full-time work. My bipolar husband is like this when he's manic. I've been wanting to break up with my severely depressed girlfriend. I'm 28, and my girlfriend is 26, I've been wanting to break up with her for some time now because I don't feel the spark anymore, but I'm not able to. She's severely depressed and has concerning thoughts. Her family is toxic and she's not able to move out or support herself. Right now she feels I'm the only support. I've also been getting mental breakdowns because of this situation because I'm immediately thrown into this. I get very overwhelmed and I quit my job too. I'm barely even supporting myself. I'm not happy where I am. Let us know how you are doing. It is going to be rough to begin with. You have a big heart. Love yourself first. You can't take care of someone else if you can't take care of yourself. She is depending on you to drop to her level so she has someone to be miserable with. Sometimes in this world the truth hurts. She is the master of her own destiny. You owe it to yourself to be the master of yours. She will find someone just as miserable to care for her. You need to be strong for yourself. You deserve a better life than being her emotional support animal. Please have that talk, let the tears flow, set boundaries. Good luck, I'm cheering for you. A much older and married classmate wants to drive to my house and hang out with me. I'm 25 and this classmate of mine is about 50 plus. He's married and has kids who are a little younger than me. He's always been friendly to everyone and not flirty at all. But I think all of this effort is inappropriate for someone who is married. I know he's been going through some things and is probably lonely, needs someone to vent to, but it just doesn't feel right. This is especially because I remember hearing him say something bad about his women, marriage in class. Can't remember what. Something about women not being able to please men at home or something. What should I say as a response? I'm not overreacting, am I? I'm just trying to put myself in his wife's shoes and I believe that I wouldn't be happy if I were her. And that comment he made in class is a red flag to me. Thank you for any input. Note. I told him no point blank. Thank you significant other very much for all of your help. Hard he opened it and did not respond. If he tries to con at the asshole CT me again, I won't reply. Second note. He has all of us classmates on Facebook because of our Facebook group, which is how he was able to con at the asshole CT me. Oh, my wife doesn't understand me like you, attractive 25-year-old I'd like to cheat with, literally. So many guys that cheat do it by confiding in the most attractive women they can find. I would shut this down immediately. It's creepy. I don't think he has good intentions. Just say a firm no. Do not let this creeper know where you live. At 50, he needs to deal with his issues in a healthy way. If he's lonely in a marriage, he needs to rectify that situation, rather than trying to distract himself by spending time with a woman literally half his age. Girl, you don't owe this creep shit. You just say that you don't feel it's appropriate since he's married with children. Don't worry to offend him, he's not shy asking you, so be open with what you want to say. After what you heard him say, I'm sure he wants to have sex with you. Be bold.